Hello folks, Stray Cat 74 here. Got a new gas forge. Well, not got, built. And that's what you're going to be watching now. This is mostly this is how far I've gotten so far. And not an actual build video, because I'm usually too busy building to remember to grab my camera, which is right here. Anyhow, shot on my BlackBerry, so uploaded from there, and, well, enjoy. Forge Attempt 3.0, temporary mock-up with the new regulator, because the old one fucking broke. There's no liner, or there's no reflector in there yet. Wire's only been in there for about a minute. That's the oil and grease and shit burning off there. We had a little problem with the refactory up here. During the casting process. Let me quench this motherfucker so I don't burn my goddamn self. Don't touch that, it's still pretty goddamn hot. So that's more or less where I want them. We're getting a little unstable burn out of that burner right there. The one in the back seems to be working all right. We use the safety collar and a piece of tube with a foot on it. Getting some vapor or steam off it, I'm not sure which. I don't want to breathe that shit in right at the moment. But you can feel the heat way the fuck, or right the hell back here. So I'm not necessarily going to call this one a success. I think half of it's bad cast and the other half is, you know, I should have used the 4-inch. I don't think using the 4-inch tube would have helped much. Cutting the end completely off so we could get all the way in there to pack that shit down would have helped a lot. Getting the sodium silicate and aluminum oxide.
It's just set in there, right?
Yeah, that's just set.
Burns perfect.
Okay, so it's got to be something inside here.
The hole's too small. See, I think with the back one burning, all that gas burning and going out the front. It's extinguishing that one. There's not enough oxygen left for it to burn.
Well, it's pulling oxygen from up here.
Yeah, I know that. What I'm trying to say is because it's
Back pressure turbulence?
Back pressure turbulence because it's not all the way through. Can you see? Perfect.
Well, lower it in there slowly. Back it up a little bit. Now it's not doing it. Well, okay, maybe it is.
Yeah, I mean, it still is. Maybe not as much. I'd say we do the whole 4-inch next time. We chisel it out of there, put it all back in the bucket. We tack weld the collars in the way they're supposed to be, back them up a ½ inch, so it's encased in the insulation. And
Well,
then,
that is back about an inch.
okay. And then weld it all up the way it's supposed to be, and redo it.
Pull that out about another inch. A little more. Too far. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're going to need a bigger hole.
I think maybe I was wrong when I said go with a smaller hole. I think it's going to need the bigger hole, and I think it's going to need to be all the way through. I think that should burn a lot better then.
We could try cutting the hole in the back.
Or just making the hole bigger. Because there's a lot of them that aren't straight through.
True, but those are usually much smaller forges. So what I'm going to do...
They usually only have one torch. Multiple torch heads usually go all the way through.
All right, well, I'm going to stop this and, you know, for a test, it's at
It's
least...
an experiment. It's a learning curve.
Well, I think we come to the back here. We cut the hole here. Chisel it out a little bit. Wow, that's really warm right there.
Yeah. How about that? A little better. Wasn't up a little.
We're still getting a little puffy.
Look down. How's the flame on the front one?
Virtually not in existence.
I can't see it.
Back it off a lot. Alright, let's shut this motherfucker down. Yeah, it's definitely the front one that's doing it.
Yeah. That's this.
Oh. Bloop. Okay. Light. Oh, it's off camera. It's just... No, it's still recording.
Oh,
I thought I'd hit stop.
are these hot? Oh, they're in there good. Well, that one's not.
Yeah, careful.
Yeah. Nice chimney effect, though. Air's coming up here. Drawn in from the front now.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that one of the videos warned us about, so...
Oh.
That Dad said was not a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, well...
Maybe not while it's running.
So we have air issues. We need to probably make that hole bigger, make a pass-through, and then as soon as I can afford it, we'll go do the KO wool on that mother bugger over there.
4.0?
Basically, yeah.
Well, we can still...
I mean, this is literally just a bunch of scrap metal here that we're using.
Yeah, we can still work on it. We can do a little bit more to it. I say we chisel it out of there and just redo it. I mean, it's not as easy as doing the sand and plaster over again, but...
Yeah, well, we saw how well that lasted. Anywho, that's the update so far, and we'll get back to this eventually. Okay, there's the front that we showed yesterday. And here's the new back. We need to open that just a little bit more than that, I think. Okay. Let me come back over on this side and... Mr. Wizard, if you would be so kind. Okay, that seems to be working just right. Is that all the way up?
That's it. That's all through. It's blowing with some authority.
Don't do it all the way off. Yeah, I think once we get the
Well, once we get that filled back in so it's not a reverse cone there, I think the flame out of the front will be a little bit cleaner too.
then we need to get the liner material.
Yep, the reflector.
The IR reflector in, and at that point I think this will do for until I can afford to rebuild it with
natural gas by a flame. You just asked him for trouble.
Right. Well, we're getting a little huff and puff at that low temp, or that low pressure. I would like not a regulator, a manifold on that, so we know what it's running at.
Oh, with the gauge?
Yeah.
That's easy. We'll put one right here.
Yeah.
Or we can put it up here.
6, 1.5 dozen, another. I think I want it over on the tank. That way it's not in the heat, because, well, safety, you know.
And I've also been looking at this, and I'm thinking maybe we should go ahead and try to do the T so the line comes this way, because no matter where we run it, this fucking line is going to be above the heat.
Well, that's what I wanted to do in the first fucking place, and somebody vetoed that idea and built it this way.
I might even have it.
Careful, dude. You don't want to catch yourself on fire there.
That's just fine.
Yeah, I think that's the way we're going to want to go there.
No, in
And
fact, we can leave off the part. Yes, here's the other knife. Because that goes there, this goes here. It's just finding
the nipple's long enough to do that.
short enough.
Well, we got a tap and die set. We can just thread it and cut it.
Wrong kind of tabs.
Wrong
Or
cut.
dies.
God damn it. Okay, well,
But we can do it.
so here's the temporary setup with those. The burn collars we're probably going to need to trim down because we don't need it sticking out that far. Matter of fact, we could probably just take one of those, cut it in half, and do it about flush with the outside there, and then mount our nuts for doing the mounts for the burners themselves. Or were you going to try and drill and tap and just run the bolt straight through?
Ain't decided yet.
Right. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and stop this.